Hi everyone, this is Jacob and it's finally Friday. Today I wanted to go over alarms and events with you within Management Center and how you can configure those and use those to your advantage. I want to start off by pointing out down here on the bottom right, you can actually see these buttons, and these correlate to the alarms that are on your system. So I have 3 severe alarms on my network, and these are clickable, and they go with you no matter what page you're on. You can always glance down and see how many alarms you have. So if I click that, it'll take me to those alarms. It'll open up a different tab and take me to those alarms. But to get to your alarms and events tab, you can simply go to and click on the alarms and events tab on the left hand side here. And once you have the tabs memorized on the left hand side, you can actually minimize that and gain yourself some more room. So you see we have 110 canned alarms that come with Management Center once you're on the newest firmware version. And you can also add your own. Today I want to add 2 different alarms to Management Center. The first alarm I want to build is a wireless signal to noise ratio alarm. And then we'll go back and add in a channel utilization alarm as well. So we'll go ahead and open up our wireless controller. Once we're in our wireless controller, we can open up the APs. We can actually do a multi-edit of these by clicking on this top box here, and that selects them all. I want to not mess with this one bottom one, so I'll uncheck it. And you can come down and hit multi-edit on the actions. This will open up a box where you can edit all the APs at the same time. Today I want to look at the DCS settings. So to set up alarms using your wireless APs, you have to put the APs in monitor mode. So we'll put both radios. That's what this is. This first radio is a 5 gig radio, and this is the 2.4. So for all of our APs, we're going to put our radios in monitor mode. The 2 other settings that we want for each radio are the DCS noise threshold and the DCS channel occupancy threshold. We want the channel occupancy threshold to be around 50. That means when 50% of the airtime is utilized, we're going to get an alert on Management Center. It's industry standard that you would like to keep your channels under 50% utilized when you're dealing with a wireless network. And also we'll set our noise threshold to -80. The noise threshold number you may have to adjust. It depends on how noisy your environment is. You may get too many alarms if you set it at -80. Ultimately, you want a 25 decibel differential between your noise floor and your signal strength. So that's what we're trying to gauge there. We're trying to say if the noise floor comes up too high, we would like to know about it to try to see what we can do about it. So at -80, the 25 decibel differential will mean you need a signal strength of -55, which means you'll have to be pretty close to the AP to get that signal strength. So we'll save that off by hitting apply, and that will apply those settings to all those different APs. And we can jump back in and start building our alarms. So there's multiple different criteria you can build an alarm off of. You can do a custom criteria, a flow alarm, selected traps, you can do a severity alarm, a status change, and threshold alarms. So we're going to do a custom criteria alarm and name it wireless SNR. And we're going to say put it as an informative alarm. We'll enable the alarm. Then we can go start adding our criteria in. The criteria we're going to add first is the information we're going to pull off the wireless events log for the alarm. So we will edit the list because the criteria, the information is not in here, and we will add to the list. The text phrase we're looking for is DCS measured noise. So we'll save that one. We will go and we'll find our new text. We'll select it and hit save. Then you can see the phrase that we're going to key off of is DCS measured noise. Then we have to add in what log we're going to pull that information from. We're going to look for that information on. And that's going to be on our wireless log. Once we hit save, we can move over to the actions and decide what we want to do with this alarm. You can put an email, so you can send it to an email address. You can do syslog actions, traps, custom actions, and tasks. We can also enable alarm limits to limit the number of alarms that we can get. I'm not going to do any of those. I'm just going to hit save, and you will see if we go to the next page, there's our new alarm. We'll add another alarm for the utilization by going back into our custom criteria, hit enable, type in our alarm name, wireless utilization. We will also make that an informative alarm, and we will add our information again, same way we did before. And this phrase that we're going to use is actually going to be a little different. It's going to be DCS measured, not channel, but CHAN utilization. We'll save that off and select it. And we'll add the log again like we did last time. We'll add the wireless log. Once again, I'm not going to add any actions. I'm just going to save that off. And if we scroll over again, we will see once again we added another alarm. So what does this do? If I refresh this, I should be getting some alarms on here. But what this will do is it will monitor your wireless network. If you see down here on the bottom right, I do have an informative alarm, so I can just click on that. You can see there we go. We have one wireless device that is measuring a noise greater than the threshold, and channel utilization is greater than the threshold. So what this means is this device is going to have some issues. Whenever your channel utilization goes above 50%, you will start seeing things like latency and also a lot of CRC errors, some transmission errors. Once you reach up to the 75% range, you are saturating your wireless network. And with the noise floor, you just got to keep in mind you always want 25 decibels greater in order for wireless to work well. So if you're at 80, then you want a 55. If your noise floor is at 70, then obviously you want a better signal strength for your client devices in order for them to function appropriately. Also, keep in mind that each device type will have a different signal strength at the same location. A phone's radios are less sensitive than a computer's radios, so always keep that in mind as well. That's it for this Finally Friday. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.